Good day, everyone. I hope you are all well. My name is Wimbaichu, so I'm the life coach today. I hope you're all well wherever you are watching me from. So today's topic is rock bottom. You can make it. Stand up and start again. All right, so we're looking at what does it mean to say rock bottom? You have hit rock bottom. It means you have fallen from that kind of life that you were used to that kind of life that you say, this is me, right? To a position where you don't even know where your left is and where your right is. And you just like there in the dark to say, oh, okay. Sometimes you don't even know how it feels if you've never been in that moment, you've never been in that position. But to say, you know what, I'm here to say that place is not for you, and that place shouldn't be a permanent place for you. And that place is a way for you to get like rejuvenated, to get the new you, to rediscover yourself. Okay, so there are many reasons why people hit rock bottom. It can be because of wrong judgment that we have done or we have made because of like financial decisions. It can be like the way we have managed our lives. It can be because of our drinking habits or smoking habits. It can be because of the way we decide to live our life in terms of in relationships, that we mess up like in the way we are living with other people, and we end up losing everything that we had, such that we remain with practically nothing, not even knowing where our next meal is coming from. Not even, in some cases, some people end up homeless, right, because of some wrong decisions that have been made somewhere, somehow. Okay, but now I'm here to say there is light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, being at the bottom, it hurts. Being at the bottom is not a familiar place. It's muddy, it's cold, it's lonely place, it's dark. But we need to stand up and move on. So that's my message today, that even if we hit rock bottom, we can stand up. With the rock bottom, one thing to notice is that it's emotionally draining, right? It's financially draining as well. It plays with our mental health. It plays with our spiritual health, our spiritual beliefs. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, when we hit rock bottom, we have to reinvent ourselves. We have to rethink what we believe in. Everything that we have believed in until that moment, everything that we thought existed around the moment vanishes. It's questionable at that moment where, like everything turns upside down. Practically, our lives turns upside down. So we have to stay, okay, from where I am, what's the way forward? What has happened to me? In some places, some people end up with nobody they can hold on to, nobody they can turn on to. Where you think like, I'm just alone by myself. But what do I do? And then that's where we see some people die, like in the worst cases, committing suicides or harming themselves and things like that. But we are here, like I said, today, my topic is, even if we hit rock bottom, there is still a way up. There is still life in us. As long as we breathe, we can still make it. As you remember, I always say, we do personal coaching here. We are looking at ourselves. We are looking at our lives to say, how best can we improve ourselves? That's why we are talking reach. You hit rock bottom, you can still make it. You can still stand up. You can move on with your life. You can rebuild it. But how? That's the question for today. Okay, so look at a few things like that I've lined up to say, how do we go about it? Okay, so the first part is, like I mentioned, there is pain when we hit rock bottom. Like, all our beliefs, all what we thought was real becomes irreality, right? So like there is feeling of this pain, but we should not get used to this pain too much. Let's use this pain to motivate us to say, oh, this place hurts, I don't want to be here. Let's use this pain that we are feeling at that particular moment or that particular phase of our life to ignite ourselves, to get the new energy, to get the new motivation, to shift from the seat that is painful. Say like, no, I don't want to be in this position. I need to move on. I need to find a better seat. So the pain that we have, it's normal to feel it. It's good to feel it, but we should use it to move on with our lives. That's the first part. The second part, like when I say we have fallen from grace maybe, and we are like, we have hit rock bottom. There is this feeling that we are by ourselves, we are lonely, nobody cares, nobody wants to know about us. In most cases, some friends disappear, some families disappear, and it really does feel like one is by themselves or by him or herself. So what I'm saying there, like, no, you are never alone. Even if you look around and feels like you are alone, you are not alone. Look around closely. You will see that there is a friend, there is a relative who is close to you, who is hanging around, who is just been waiting for that signal from you to say, oh, hello, I'm here, please, I'm suffering, help me. So be humble enough to reach out to those people who are just waiting for you to give them a signal so that they can help you out. Instead of waiting for you to pull you out of the mud, but reach out for them to like help you pull out. So that would work. So if you see like really there isn't anybody from your family or anybody from your friends who is there to help you, there is professional help. So see that you seek professional help from all different departments. Like these days, there are different departments of different people who can help you, from like healthy facilities, from psychologists, from like even death consultants. There is so much help all over. So reach out for those and see that there is somebody to help you. Even if you need somebody to just like talk over the phone to say, oh guys, I'm in a crisis here, I don't know what to do before I harm myself, please talk to me. There will be people there. You just have to like really reach out. Okay, if that is not working, to say like you are courageous enough, or you have the courage to pick up the phone, just walk to the next nearest hospital or next nearest clinic. There will be somebody there who can talk to you and direct you to the right place where you will get the help that you need. Okay, so that's that point. Next thing is when we hit rock bottom, we should set reflectors. We should set like the reset button. What I mean by this is, like I said, we have to reflect on our life to say, what has got us to this position? How did we get there? What did we do wrong? How did we land? We land where we landed. How did that happen? Because by reflecting, by looking into it, we get to see what went wrong. Okay, so because of that, we will know how to strategize. And then we start looking at, okay, this is where I am now. I am at the bottom of the bottom, right? The lowest place I can go to, I can be, or I can land in. So the thing is, how do I want to move forward? How do I restructure my life? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Who am I? So we take this moment to say, who am I? What do I want to do? What do I want to reach out to? Okay, and then we start from there to say, okay, let's start putting things in place. We say when we hit rock bottom, some of the things that we didn't know about ourselves will come out. If you didn't know how you react until you don't have money, like suppose you were somebody who really always had money. If you really don't have money, that you can't just go to a bank automat and get money, you will know how it feels. You will, next time you have money, you will think twice before you buy even a sweet. Yeah, so it teaches us on that place to say who are we, where are we going, and it takes time to say like, okay, for the future, what do I need to put in place to make sure I don't get back to that place? And then like how do I get to move away from this place where I am that is not comfortable for me? Okay, so like we start making plans while we have reflected to, who am I? We have got to know ourselves. Okay, so the next place is to say, okay, I've reflected of what made me fall into that ditch, what made me hit rock bottom, to say, what lessons did I learn, right? What am I going to do to make sure that what happened will never happen to me again? And what am I going to do, right, to say, how did I get there? With hitting rock bottom, the thing is, while we are looking at the problems and reflecting, we have to be honest with ourselves to say and accept that sometimes it was our own mistakes that we failed. It was our own mistakes that we got where we are, because we made wrong decisions, because we did what we did. or we fail to do some things that we're supposed to do. So we have to take this as an honest opinion of ourselves to say, like, this is what made me get there. That's the first step to realizing, and first step to start building up, to say, okay, how did I get there? And then what did I learn from there? And then how do I avoid doing the same mistakes again? All right. So like now, because let's suppose we say with lessons, we got into financial debt because we followed somebody's ideas without thinking ourselves about it, and we just put money recklessly into this big deal, and then the big deal crashes because maybe it wasn't like really something worth putting money into, but because we trusted somebody and we didn't do our own homework, our own like looking into things really in detail, and then at the end of the day we end up with nothing, and then say like, oh, he or she made me do this. No, they came with the idea, but we bought into it without really looking deeper into that. So we are also to blame instead of just taking the blame and blaming other people. So it will be for us in this case to say, our lesson is next time, if anybody comes in with anything, whatever decision that is going to be made, we don't just go with other people's words. We have to look into things properly ourselves and make sound decisions based on our own opinions. Yes, we can listen to what other people do, but the final decisions should be our own decision, to say like, okay, am I prepared to really take the risk? Am I prepared to really go with this decision? Because I know what I'm doing, because I believe in what I'm doing. So that is really important on that. Okay, so when we have taken the lesson, it takes humility, because reaching rock bottom humbles us. It humbles everybody who has, if you talk to people who have hit rock bottom, they will tell you that you need it to humble, like hitting rock bottom humbles somebody. So like in our humble situation, what are we learning? Yeah, and we don't have to lose that humbleness. It's something that we have to keep with us as we move on, to say like, okay, this is how it felt. I don't ever want to go to that place again. But then we take our lessons and we move on. Yeah, and it means also, while we have seen the whole way and we've assessed and made new plans, we have to start moving. Because if we stay too long in this place, we'll get used to it. And if we get used to it, we don't move. Right, it becomes like more of like, oh, it's hurting, but I'll get used. Tomorrow will be a better day, but you still stay in the same place. So let's start moving again. Let's start making new plans and making moves, step by step, stone by stone. We start to rebuild ourselves. Okay, we have talked about like how do we rebuild ourselves at another video, but if there is need, we'll continue with that and we can redo another one. Okay, so when we have hit rock bottom, it means we are at the lowest time of our life, at the lowest level we can ever reach, which means for us that there is no lower than lower where we are. The only way is up. So which means whichever decision we do, normally it should be a win-win situation, right? It can be, if we decide, that is, if we decide to move. If we don't decide to move, then we'll still remain there and nothing changes, right? But if we decide to move on, whichever way, it will be a win situation. Either we will move on, like I said, little steps, step by step, and then we'll get up and be somebody, and even maybe be stronger, or we can stand up, take another route, work our way up, and be even more successful than we were before. So whichever way we will go, when we stand up, we won't lose anything. If things come to the worst, we will plunge to where we were before. All right, so there is no lower than where we were before. Okay, good. And my last point for today on this topic, hitting rock bottom, is that we have to be grateful for whatever we have. Even when we have like hit the rock bottom, right, when we are thinking everything is not working, there is still something worth being thankful for. For example, that we are alive. In whatever circumstances, we are still alive, we are still breathing and freely breathing. There are some people who are worse than us at that particular moment, who can't even breathe for themselves. So that is already something to be thankful for, right? And then whilst we are still there, like I said, we might not be able to drive our luxury cars, but we can still be able to use our legs to move from point 1 to point B. there is somebody who is not even able to do that same thing that we are doing. So what I mean is we have to be grateful for some little things that we still have in our life. And those little things that we have, many as they are worth hanging on to, and they are worth being grateful for. I thank you so much that you were listening. And yes, I hope, like, you will find your way to stand up, dust off that dust on your clothes, shake off that mud off your clothes. Don't worry about the stigma or what will people say. It's you, it's your life, it's you who is rediscovering yourself, and you are starting a new journey. Like, that is like a new birth for you. There is nobody who can tell you anything but you yourself, to say, like, this is my life, and I am taking control of my life, and I am standing up. You shouldn't stay in that pit for long. You know what? You can do it. So my word today is for you to say, stand up, walk up, shake the dust, and start moving, and keep moving, and keep moving. You can do it. Thank you so much for listening.